88 days ago, Damian Lillard requested a trade out of Portland, and today our Adrian Wojnarowski reports that he is on his way to the Milwaukee Bucks.
You know, things don't always work out the way you want to see it work out.
This is what Dame had to say earlier. The casuals won't be addressed, but the Trailblazers fans and city of Portland that I love truly will be. And they will be addressed truthfully. Stay tuned. Excited for my next chapter. In this video, we dive deep into the split between Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. Discover the behind the scenes, emotional moments, and unexpected twists that unfolded during this high-stakes NBA trade. But first, let's see some reaction across the league. This is what Stephen A. had to say.
Mixed reviews. Number one, from a basketball perspective, is a perfect fit for him. I think it definitely catapults the Milwaukee Bucks into, and not to say that they weren't in the championship picture to begin with in terms of championship contention, but right there, I think you have to look at them and you have to look at the Boston Celtics as the two top teams in the Eastern Conference, to be quite honest with you. It's with mixed emotions, obviously, because I've known him for years and I know that's not where he wanted to go. It certainly was on his list of second or third choices, but it clearly was not his first choice. He wanted to be in Miami with the Heat. He wanted to be a teammate of Jimmy Butler. He wanted to be a player being coached under Eric Spoelstra and run by Pat Riley himself. That is where he wanted to be.
Talking to Charles Barkley, the Hall of Famer, your reaction when you heard the Bucks were getting Dame Lillard was what?
Well, I think that made them the favorite in the Eastern Conference. You know, to be honest with you, Dan, I thought that was a good trade for all three teams. I thought it was a good trade for all three teams, but the big winner were the Milwaukee Bucks. And, you know, I hope it keeps Giannis in Milwaukee his entire career. And I pull for Dame to win the championship. I pull for guys who haven't won the championship to win the championship, because the one thing you don't want to be on the crap list. When you guys say great player, but he never won anything. And, you know, I'm on that list, you know, me, Carl, and Patrick, and those guys who are all great Hall of Fame players. But it sucks when people try to minimize your achievements. So I really hope Dame can get him a championship in Milwaukee. But I hope the main thing, it keeps Giannis in Milwaukee his entire career.
Down. Lakers have had a ton of close losses this year. Oh, Lillard down the middle.
Dame behind the back end of the lane.
Boy.
We have a man down. We have a man down. Damian sets up two men. Breaks ankles with 5 seconds. With 3, Lillard makes his move on Fareed for the win.
Let's go home. Let's go home. Put in.
Here we go. Wobbling to the rim. Up top. They threw it away. 13 turnovers in the Warriors. Dame the other way. Gets by Durant. 2 seconds left. The shot is up. They do not switch. Payton stays on Lillard. Drives into the lane to the glass.
Oh my goodness.
What a play off the cut.
Listen to what Dame had to say. Dear Reap City, I want to start off by saying this isn't a goodbye. It's a see you later. My words has always been from the heart when it comes to you, Reap City. I consider you my home as well as many of my family members. And that won't change. I've built my entire adulthood here. And I made so many friends that I will never forget. The moments on the basketball court, as great as they have been, don't even compare to the experience I have had with all of you. The way you embraced me from day one gave me no choice but reciprocate the love 1,000 times. And I don't regret it one bit. I must admit that it does make me sad to see some people cross over and appear as my opposition in the wake of me asking to be traded without knowing the facts, because I am truly one of you. I hope there is a day where we can come together and reminisce on the great times, as we won't have them again. At least, not as they were.
A chance to send the Thunder home. Lillard, long-range 3, and it's good! At the buzzer!
First up, I got to say this. I have dared Damian Lillard for years to go ahead and push for a trade and back up his talk by walking to wherever to show us all I can go there and do that. I'm not just the biggest fish in a small pond. So this was a very shrewd move by Dame, and I congratulate him for this move, for having the guts to go through with it. But remember, he just went from being a big fish in a little pond to joining a bigger fish in an even smaller pond. Because if you just look at size of TV market, There are 28 TV markets in this league, and Portland ranks 20th, and Milwaukee is all the way down at 25th. So he actually went to a smaller market than he has been, quote unquote, stuck in Portland.
Same time.
Wide open, free to fire, Lillard. Lillard working on Burks, dancing free, a three, good! He'll try to tie it. 61 points.
Inside the messy divorce between Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. It continues on. Damian Lillard received word on his new destination shortly after 11 a.m. Wednesday. Lillard was speechless. A few minutes later, he briefly explained what he was feeling. "I'm just letting it sink in," Lillard told Bleacher Report minutes after news broke that he was going to be a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. "I'm just trying to process it all. It's a lot to think about. Never been in this situation before." Where he was going and where he wasn't going was a shock to the basketball world, but it wasn't necessarily a shock to Lillard, considering how the previous few months had gone. Since July, the Portland Trail Blazers had refused to engage with the Miami Heat, the preferred destination Lillard requested when he asked for a trade on July 1st from the Blazers. How the summer played out behind the scenes definitely left a sour taste in my mouth, Lillard told Bleacher Report. But it doesn't change the amazing experience I've had with the Trailblazers and this city. I'll always cherish this place. This is my home. I'll always live here regardless. The last time Portland and Miami communicated was at Summer League in July via phone between Trailblazers general manager Joe Cronin and Heat senior vice president of basketball operations and general manager Andy Ellisberg. Miami hoped to schedule an in-person meeting while in Las Vegas to discuss trade scenarios, but the meeting never materialized. The Trailblazers felt they were being pressured into what they deemed to be an unfavorable starting point in the negotiation. The NBA stepped in and warned Goodwin that Lillard could be subject to discipline if Lillard's camp continued to disrupt quality offers Portland could field. I wanted everyone to understand that even though we didn't have a non-trade clause, a provision that's not afforded to Dame under the CBA, I was going to do everything in my power to control the market and help get my client to a place he wanted to be, Goodwin told Bleacher Report. The Heat say they never had a legitimate opportunity to negotiate. Throughout the process, they felt Portland allowed emotions to get in the way of business. Lillard's camp believed it had become personal. Miami believes it could have included a third team and netted the Trailblazers up to three first-round picks with the inclusion of Tyler Hero. Frustrated with the lack of suitable offers, sources say the Trailblazers ceased all communication with Lillard and Goodwin in early September. Portland's rationale for keeping them in the dark was to prevent Goodwin from getting involved in potential deals behind the scenes. For approximately 2 weeks, calls and texts to the Trailblazers from Lillard and Goodwin went unanswered. In late August, Goodwin suggested to Cronin that he met with Lillard to mend the relationship in case his client were to return to the team. Cronin agreed. And they met at Lillard's Portland Arena mansion on September 5th. It was the first time they had spoken in quite some time. With a little less than a month away from training camp, from the opening of training camp, the two sat in an entertainment center of Lillard's home, and the meeting lasted about an hour. Lillard expressed his disappointment with how the situation had been handled, citing his steadfast commitment to the organization over the years. He questioned why there was no dialogue with Miami and expressed how it would be disheartening to be sent somewhere against his wishes.